everyone, it's Konami. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually editing another video for YouTube, but I recently got asked about my opinion on the announcement that Sailor Moon Crystal Season 4 is going to be a two-part film project. So initially I had a very vehement reaction to it. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? Why do they hate me? Why do they hate me? Did I do something wrong? Oh my gosh. I legitimately feel like I'm gonna be sick. This is the dumbest idea they've ever had. And I think the reason that I thought that was because initially thinking about the idea of a film project for Sailor Moon is I thought about the Sailor Moon films that were released in the 90s. So Sailor Moon R, S, and Supers. When I think of those, I think of good animation quality, the fact that they were in movie theaters, and then I also think of the fact that they were non-canon and completely separate. So with that thought in my mind, I was overly upset and I was like, how are they going to take the entirety of Supers and shove it into a film? So like most people, I went to Facebook in order to air out my grievances and vent, and in an overly dramatic comment I said something along the lines of, well, each of these films better be about 4 hours long or I'm gonna be really upset and I'm not gonna be happy. So even though I was being incredibly sarcastic, I did receive a response that kind of curved and helped shape my conclusion. So if you have already seen a lot of my comments about what I'm going to say, I'm sorry. It's basically me just regurgitating what I said. But here is my conclusion. If we look to Sailor Moon Crystal as a reference, each episode minus the opening theme and ending theme is about 20 minutes long. Sailor Moon Crystal's storyline follows that of the manga. So in the manga for Supers, it is 11 acts long. So if we take the 11 acts and multiply that by 20 minutes, we get 220 minutes. So if we were to divide that in two, we would get 110 minutes runtime. 110 minutes is actually not unheard of in the film industry. The average length of a movie today for a full-length feature film is actually 130 minutes. So if we take that into account, that makes a little more sense. I've also been informed recently that Digimon Tri was actually a feature-length film, and Crunchyroll has actually sectioned out pieces of it and put an opening and ending theme on it in order for us to view it as a series, which I think is genius because I actually didn't even know about it. So another question that was posed to me was, okay, so Sailor Moon Crystal, the series, followed the manga. Every episode was an act. That's fine. It's great. A little fast-paced. But if you're gonna call it a feature film, shouldn't you expand it, make it longer, kind of more enjoyable, get into the character development, that sort of thing? I do have to agree with that. If they're gonna call it a feature film or a film project, then they should probably have the expectation that we're not going to expect the same thing as the animated series, where instead of each episode being an act, they're going to have to expand on it and make it something a little bit more meatier, if that makes sense. So I'm racking my brain about this and thinking, oh, well, how are they going to do it? I don't see a way of them to fluidly do it, especially since a lot of Sailor Moon Supers happens at different times. And unlike the first 3 parts of Sailor Moon Crystal, it doesn't run in a linear fashion. Supers actually had a lot of different cutaways from a lot of different things happening at different times. I don't know how they were going to do that. And then I realized there are some things that I missed in my original assessment. Sailor Moon at the end of Sailor Moon Season 3 has already deviated from the manga path just ever so slightly. Now, whether it was done on purpose or maybe they just thought that they were going to go in a different direction, if they did continue the series in an episodic type of way, they've set themselves up either way to make it easier to transition into the Supers part of Sailor Moon. One of the other things that happens when you think of the animation world over in Japan is if something is marketed as a television series, which we have seen with Crystal, a lot of the production companies will rush through and then fix things later. When it comes to film projects, it is the complete opposite. They want the highest quality, they want it done right the first time. The pros about this are we get a higher quality film, we get a higher quality production. Hopefully they get a better budget, and with the fact that Sailor Moon is doing so well in Japan right now, to the point where they actually gave us this information, it kind of goes to show you that they're trying to make an effort to do something better. So since it's a feature film, I don't know if we would get the chance of a simulcast. It'll probably be brought over to us later. If that's the case, maybe they will chop it up into episodes and put it on Crunchyroll like they did with Digimon Tri. Knowing that this is a possibility that actually sounds kind of good, I'm actually very excited to see what's going to happen with this project. I'm very hopeful that this turns out well. Supers is actually my favorite part of the Sailor Moon universe. The Amazon Trio and the Amazon Quartet, who eventually in the manga would become the Asteroid Senshi, has always been probably my favorite thing. A lot of people dislike Chibiusa, but she's actually one of my favorite characters because of Supers. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to adapt that, and if they're going to take advantage of the fact that they can expand the time to give us more story, that would be even better. What do you think of the idea of a 2-part film project for Sailor Moon? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think that my theory on how everything is going to play out is something that will happen? Or do you think that they're going to go completely bonkers and do something completely different? Let me know in the comments box below. I love hearing your comments, especially when it comes to Sailor Moon stuff. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more crazy randomness from this channel, as well as keep up on all things Konami I. You can find me on my social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and periodically on twitch.tv at my name, Konami I. And you can find me on my second channel, which is for gaming, at Kawaii. I love the Mooney community so much, and I'm actually very happy that you guys asked my opinion. I haven't done a Sailor Moon video in a very long time, so I thought that was very sweet. I can't wait to hear from you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And until next time, this is Konami I saying thanks so much for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye!